Hello everybody, it's Lazel here with another Magic the Gathering Arena video. Phyrexia All Will Be One is out. You get free packs if you open your mail and claim the rewards, so we will quickly check out what I got in my first free packs of Phyrexia All Will Be One. Alright, first pack. Some new cards. Unnatural Restoration is a pretty good card in my opinion. The rare is the Dragonwing Glider. That's super dope. That's helpful for the Boros equipment deck. Pretty cool card. What else do we have? Vivisurgence Insight, Furnace Skull Bomb, Complete Devotion, Stinging Hive Master, and Chrome Prowler. Okay, I won't talk about too many of those cards. I want to show you the deck that I thought about, but I want to crack those packs together. Charforger, that's pretty dope. Bladed Ambassador. Alright. Nice! Sword of Fortune Frontier, super dope. Yeah, I guess I gotta go for the Boros equipment deck. Already got 2 cards for the deck. And last but not least. Okay, Cacophony Scam. Good card. Death Touch and Indestructible. Alright, Slowbird Iron Golem. Not a card that I was hoping for, but okay, I take it. Alright. How I personally always approach a new set is in the first few days, you see a lot on the internet, you see a lot of different deck types that are still coming up. And the current meta still has to be built, so especially when you're playing MTGArena on a budget, I prefer to slow down in the first few days, see how the meta settles and adjusts, and then you can go for it. But I want to try a new deck that I have come across or that I have thought about, and it is kind of like playing around the Venerated Rot Priest. It plays with the new Toxic mechanics, so whenever a creature we control becomes the target of a spell, target opponent gets a poison counter. As soon as our opponent has 10 or more poison counters, he loses the game. This is what we are aiming for. Then we want to synergize with Ivy, Gleeful Spell Thief, the legendary creature for 2 mana, 2/1 flying, and it says whenever a player casts a spell that targets only a single creature other than Ivy, Gleeful Spell Thief, you may copy that spell. The copy targets Ivy. Gotta be careful with that, but that is what we are going for. So we try to synergize with copying spells, going for targets, and then poisoning our opponent to death. There are a lot of cards in the deck that target creatures, and yeah, we are trying to get this going. Starting off with Fading Hope. I don't have any board-wide protection yet, so probably we'll try to use Fading Hope on our own creatures if the board is about to be wiped. We have Shore Up as a protection spell because of the Hexproof. I don't think we will be focusing around with the untap mechanic, but we will see. Tyvar's Stand. Target creature you control gets +X/+X, gains Hexproof and Indestructible. The thing is, you can also just cast it for simply the green and you get Hexproof and Indestructible. The Indestructible is an important part because this is also one of the protections if the board is about to be wiped. Then I want to connect with my opponent. My creatures need to connect because they need to have Toxic, so I added the Security Bypass, a card out of Streets of New Capenna, and as long as the enchanted creature is attacking alone, it cannot be blocked. So this is also a nice card that we can copy with Ivy. So all of the cards here try to target a creature, so we will be able to always copy it with Ivy. And whenever this creature deals combat damage to a player, it connives. Connives might be helpful not only to pump up our creatures, but also to find our win con. I added the Thrumming Bird. This creature, 2 mana, 1/1 flying, says whenever Thrumming Bird deals combat damage to a player, we proliferate. Proliferate means we get to up the counters that are already on permanents or on players. That synergizes with Toxic, with poison counters. The card that I find really interesting is the Necrogan Communion. It says enchant creature you control. Enchant creature has Toxic too, so this is the way how we can give Ivy or also the Thrumming Bird Toxic. And when enchanted creature dies, return that card to the battlefield under your control. So even if the board gets wiped pretty early on, we get our creatures back. Of course, they don't have the communion on them anymore, but we still have the board intact, and then we will try to catch up. A card that I'm not so sure about yet is the Canker Bloom. I still added it, and for 1 mana we can sacrifice it to destroy target artifact, enchantment, or we can proliferate. I'm not sure about this card yet, but we will see. Then Ivy Gleeful Spell Thief is the card that we will be testing, and yeah, overall that's the deck. The mana base is the mana that I am playing with from my collection. I don't want to forge any lands yet, also from the new set, although crafting lands is never a bad thing. But overall, I do still have to craft a few cards, so 16 uncommons and 6 rares. I'm still missing copies from Ivy, and I will invest a little bit in the Venerated Rod Priest, and I think that's fine. So let's craft the deck, and yeah, let's jump into some games. Okay, we have the Rod Priest, Thrumming Bird, Tyvar. I think that's okay. And we gotta hope that he survives. Alright, cut down. First poison counter down. And here we are with Island, another Rod Priest, and we got Fading Hope ready if our opponent decides to try to remove him again. Jungle Hollow. Opponent passes the turn. It's good. Okay, we could go for the security bypass, which I also think is interesting. We target. Poison counter. There we go. We will connive first, see what we find. Also add another toxic to our opponent, and I am happy with my hand, so I will just pitch the swamp. No need to rush anything here. Fight rigging, fine with that. Alright, another Rod Priest. Though, I don't want to overdo it with my board. Another Tyvar Stand. I'm pretty sure that we will have to bounce... how's the 6/4 creature called again? I don't really recall it, but we will just pitch one of our Rod Priest, and I'm fine bringing out the Thrumming Bird here. We have Tyvar Stand still up. Our opponent is at 4 poison counters. Archfiend. Okay, that's also a newer one. We will bounce in response. Play the 1 here. And that fizzles. Okay. We attack with both. And then we connive first. A land, not what we need. Though we need green mana. So I am fine. Our opponent is at 5. With 3 instants we can go for... And yeah. That's also a thing. The Proliferate works with the +1/+1 counters on the Rod Priest. Yeah, I'm fine keeping it like that for now. There's the Archfiend. This time it sadly works. Another fight rigging, okay. Not the best hit for our opponent. And then... I think... Do I want to speed the process up? I could use Tyvar Stance once. Target the Rod Priest. To give our opponent another poison counter, end of turn. There's the Canker Bloom. This could be a card where I'd say, okay, this can now simply blow up the fight rigging. So we will attack, connive, ditch the Ginkgo Bloom. We will, for 0, target the Rot Priest here. Opponent gets another counter. And last but not least, we will go with the shore up and win the game. Okay, we have Ivy, the Thrumming Bird. Tyva stands, but we don't have any of our toxic interactions, so I think that is a mulligan. Oh, this is a mulligan too. I guess I gotta try. Oh, still. We're testing, okay. Testing roots. So let's bring out the Thrumming Bird. I don't think that our opponent can fight it yet. We gotta watch out with the triggers, because we will most likely put the security bypass on the Thrumming Bird here. Okay, Hive is down. We will start off with the bypass. I don't want to rush into it, maybe have to pitch a land here. We will connive first and then we will proliferate. There's the Rot Priest, so one land can go. And then I can... Are we in a hurry? Well, I somehow have to bring out the Toxic to our opponent, so for now it's okay. If they have removal now, we might be in trouble, though if they remove the Rot Priest, they still get a poison counter, so we can get that one going. Gotta watch out for these mites here, as they also have Toxic. Let's see. Will we see a fight spell, maybe? I'm not a player that is very deep into spoilers and checking all cards up front. Of course, you will always see some of the new cards. You cannot hide from that nowadays, but it is still exciting to start in a new set and try the ideas that you have. Alright, our opponent's still considering what they are doing. Slaughter Singer, Toxic 2. Whenever another creature you control with Toxic attacks. Okay, so I do have to say, it looks pretty scary what our opponent is doing. We cannot get through at the moment. And if this one dies, they still make a 1-1. Shouldn't have played the land, that was a misplay. Let's connive. Yeah, land can go. Sadly, proliferate into nothing. Hive is really strong. Another Hive, okay. Now this is getting out of hand. Okay, we are into combat. There's a commune. Well, that helps, at least. We will fight the might here. Get our first poison counter. Singer comes back. Let's go with commune. And we don't have the black. I didn't see that. Another Rot Priest. Well, that is okay, that was just one. But the pump up from the Singer is really scary. A little bit late to the party, Ivy. We will connive first. Get the bloom out of the way. Yeah, but this is how we die to Toxic. All our opponent has to do is swing. Good game. Won by poison and combat damage. Nice. Yeah, maybe this deck can still be optimized and we will, or we might play it only in blue-green. Maybe leave the black out. Okay. Communion, Ivy, Lance, Frumming Bird. Can enable the Toxic, so let's go. Alright, opponent starts off with a tap land. We can play the Commune now. Super dope. Start off with a Pain land. Okay, Crawling Crows. Phyrexian. Cool. I think I don't wanna... How do I wanna play this? I think I will start with the Cankerbloom here. If our opponent has removal, they are kind of forced to use it. Well, that's also helpful. Over 4 costs 3. I mean, it still did what it needed to do, so... We got 2 poison counters now. If they have that card several times, we won't be able to build our board fast enough. Yeah, that's what I thought. They will just keep our board little. And by that be really a pain. Let's see if they have another one. Okay. Skull Dweller. That seems like... yeah, one of the better removals. So let's start off with bringing out a blocker. And now we apply also Toxic to our opponent. And we proliferate their counter. Yeah, they used a lot of removal on us. That definitely gave them an advantage. All Phyrexians. Okay. Nope, I don't want to sack yet. We can go to blockers. And... yeah, for now, it has to be the Koros. Still get another 2. Another red. I think now can be a time where the shore up might actually help, because we can untap one of our creatures and we will get it back with the Commune. So we might be able to handle the blocking situation here. Proliferate up to 6. Okay, opponent goes for full swing here. We will block here. Okay, I did the shore up too late. But shore up gives us +1/+1. We will go up to 9, and if they have the proliferate, we might be dead here. Otherwise, we win. We're up to 9. Toxic 2. Then let's quickly sacrifice to proliferate here. Submit. Then we submit one more. Nice! Well, that was a close one. This looks super dope. What an opening hand. Okay. Okay. Phoenix check, okay. So opponent allows us to get the toxic going. The thing is, we could communion on the Rod Priest to ensure that he comes back and get going. Or we keep up protection. Well, one thing is clear. We need to get Toxic going. And then... This is not easy against Mono Red. Do I want to keep protection up? Not really. Let's bring out the Thrumming Bird here, see what happens. Maybe the Thrumming Bird draws the attention from our opponent. So their Phoenix Chick can get through. If they have Play with Fire and the End of Festivities, we are in trouble. But we will see now. Okay, Rock Priest gets checked out. Thrumming Bird too. Swift Spear, okay. Will we see a Play with Fire here? The deciding question is against Mono Red, who will be faster? Yeah. End of Festivities. Very good against all our little 1/1 creatures. Going down to 13. Our opponent does have... I think I want to go here for the bypass. The thing about the bypass is we could try to ambush our opponent and we draw into more synergies. Let's see. The Painland is of course a thing that we will struggle with. The win con for Mono Red is really leaving my creatures alone so that they can connect with their creatures. The perfect thing would be if our opponent would try to Lightning Strike the Rod Priest right now. Though I am pretty sure that they are well aware of the fact that... Okay, that is one of the worst cards we could see. That is perfect. That is perfect. Because now we can shore up. Sadly, take a damage here. Well, the thing is, Swift Spear is now big enough to simply walk by. If we would have the Communion, it would be cool. Our opponent needs to attack right now. With both. We would take 7, we would go down to 5. Next turn we could attack 6. Well, we would attack with Communion on the Rod Priest. First of all, target was 6, then Communion would be 8. And then, yeah, we will see. I wonder what our opponent is going to do. Yeah, that's the right call. Could also block, but we can hope for another... Ooh, Ivy. I think I want to attack first. Fading Hope. That is also pretty big in my opinion. The thing is, we cannot Ivy and keep up the Fading Hope. I guess the best thing right now is to pitch Ivy. Though our opponent won't target. If we copy the instance, so we bring out Ivy. Our opponent attacks next turn. We can't do anything except block with Ivy, so that won't help. We will pitch Ivy here. Then we will commune onto the Rod Priest. And we keep up the Fading Hope to bounce the Swift Spear, which I hope that they will pump now pretty heavily. If they use removal on our Rod Priest, then we will have to protect with Tyvar's Stance. Though we can just let it happen and let the Communion do its work. Okay, there's another Swift Spear. Will we see a Lightning Strike to our face? Opponent does attack. Yeah, most likely a Lightning Strike. It's okay. That is perfect. That can happen, that can happen. Goodbye, Swift Spear. It actually doesn't matter what we take now. As we will simply attack and go for Tyvar Stance first for free. Give our opponent a poison counter and commune due to the fact that we have Toxic 2 now. That's it. Nice. Yeah, this looks like a good opening hand. We have everything we need actually. We give it a try. Pitch the island, Rod Priest. Let's see if we can get it going. I would love to get the synergy of Ivy and Venerated Rod Priest for once. Okay, frontliner. I think we will attack. See if our opponent blocks. They don't. I don't expect the... I'm not sure about removal right now, but we will see. Frontliner attacks. Fine taking that. Okay, commune. Now all we need to find is actually the black mana. Yeah, the mana base can definitely get an upgrade, but don't have it yet. We have a cool engine on the field. I don't want to disrupt it now. I prefer to keep up the protection here. We will attack for 2, see what happens. Well, not 2, 3 in total, but bring up to 2 poison counters. It might be a little bit confusing in the future. And then... yeah, I'm fine. Now all we need to find is the black mana. We should be good to go. Opponent's still considering what to do. There's Thalia. I'm fine with that. It's also fine. The downside is we can no longer put pump spell or the bypass onto our Rod Priest. So I guess we will attack, see if they block. If they don't, they get another poison counter. Alright, A0, confirm target. Now we get to copy. We get to copy again, counter, counter, finish off Thalia. Now let's see if they have a Brutal Kafar. We just went shields down. Okay. Yeah, Rod Priest only triggers when he becomes the target of a spell. Brutal Kafar is an ability. Okay, another land. I think I want to bring the Proliferate out, so we can do that next turn. Attack for 2. Let's see if our opponent has more removal. Myrel, okay. Myrel shuts us down from doing any combat tricks with our opponent. Might be a little struggle. Who knows, maybe we are faster. That is bad, but due to the fact that we have flyers, we will bring out some security bypass, try to find some interaction here. Connive, proliferate, yes, that's okay. Fading Hope, that's actually something. I don't personally think that we will need the commune anymore. Rod Priest is something that we can bring down now, so I will proliferate here. Opponent goes up to 5. The thing is, we are also at 13 life. Our opponent has 4, 6, 7 power currently on board. If they animate their foundries, we are already in a lot of trouble here. Okay, they make white. Yeah, they are all about... Okay. Okay, veteran. That's also pretty nice. Recruitment officer. Another foundry. So they are coming for 4, 7, 9, 5, 8, 12. We go down to 1. I'm fine with that. We need to win now. I think we can do it. Our Ivy isn't helping. Okay. So if we attack, we can proliferate our opponent. If we somehow find a land with the connives, we can copy spells. Yeah, we gotta attack first. No way around it. Opponent goes down to 2. Ivy can go. There's the swamp. So the other Frumming Bird can go too. Can proliferate our opponent. We play that. We target the Frumming Bird. We have several triggers. Give our opponent a poison counter, copy. Poison counter. Do that, and then we bounce our own creatures. Copy from Ivy. Bounce. That is okay. Find a poison counter. Nice! Alright everybody, so I hope you enjoyed this game of me trying out a few of the new cards, a few of the new mechanics. I'm super hyped about the Venerated Rod Priest. What I like about the set already is that with poison counters, games go really fast or can go really fast. And I like that. I'm personally not the fan of constantly sitting in a game for several 20, 30 minutes. So that's actually a really cool mechanic with the new poison counters. I really enjoyed the Ivy Gleeful Spell Thief, especially now in the last game. You really saw the synergy of the Venerated Rod Priest and Ivy with all of the copies, Fading Hope, targeting your creatures yourself, and just getting the poison counters down. Sadly, Communion didn't do that much. In one game it got us the win because of the Toxic 2. And I'm interested to see how this card continues. I think it's a pretty good card, at least here in this deck now. This was overall a lot of fun. I think there can still be way more adjustments personally about my deck. As you know, I'm still waiting a little bit, see how the meta resolves now. With this deck, I already had a lot of fun and I wanted to see how all of this turns out. And yeah, overall, I hope you enjoyed this one, and then I would say see you in the next one. Goodbye, guys.